She's a medical doctor, certified RTT clinical hypnotherapist, and trauma informed therapist with over 10 years of NHS experience, a published author, international speaker, and host for the best version of your podcast. She empowers women to embrace their authentic selves. Ruchi is a fellow of the International Institute of Organization Psychological Medicine and the accredited counselors, coaches, psychotherapists, and hypnotherapists UK. She was awarded the Hoynesser Award for Leadership and featured in the Hoynesser Business Magazine in 2023. So we will play the Dr. Ruchi Mishra's presentation as she's traveling. So we would like to do the audio video version of the presentation of Dr. Ruchi Mishra. Thank you so much, and we go ahead with the presentation.
Hello there. So glad to be here. Thank you to technology. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there live like right now in this very moment. Um, my name is Ruchi. I am a medical doctor, certified RTT, clinical hypnotherapist, G certified coach. Um, I'm a best-selling author as well, and there's a whole long list. I really love what I do. So at this point, I'm getting to do heart healing sessions with the most amazing women, um, helping go really deep when they're being held back by the effects of trauma, abuse, could be neglect. So, generally, the confidence issues that present are on the surface. It really sets my soul on fire to actually go in and take off the covers that are covering their diamond's shine. I am not creating the shine. They already have it. Each of us, we have this deeper shine, deeper calling, deeper purpose, our innate gift that we are here with. All I do with deep rapid transformational therapy, hypnotherapy, heart healing sessions is actually go in, take off those layers that are covering that diamond, and that gives me immense joy. So that's the end goal, like being able to help as many women as I can to help them align to their inner shine, to their inner purpose, remember their enoughness. The wounds, the traumas, the effects of that are only on the surface. You're still whole, complete, resourceful right inside. I love being a podcaster because that is where I get to bring all the resilient women, their amazing stories. Like I get inspired all the time. I'm like, oh my God. So, was this the case always? No, that's not true. About 3.5 years back, I gave birth to my son, which was the most beautiful experience, becoming a mother. But I was faced with all the demons. I was faced with postpartum depression. I remember looking into my little one's eyes and thinking, how am I going to be the mother that I want to be, the conscious parent that I want to be, when I'm not even present for myself, when I'm feeling completely empty, completely unfulfilled. Postpartum depression was just a surface issue, really. It made me literally face what I had hidden deep as a 4 or 5 year old child. So I was 4 or 5 years old when I was sexually abused. This was a family member. I did not tell anyone. I still remember sitting in there. That that picture is still fading out. It's still clear in the memory. Feeling not seen, unheard, invisible, not worthy of being heard. As a child, the best coping mechanism was just bury it deep inside and get on with your life. It's there, it's hiding behind. It was like this weight, this chain of weight that I was carrying on my back for years together. 3.5 years back, when postpartum depression was in my face, I wanted to be a conscious parent, a present parent. I didn't know how to do it if I have my own heart shut. And this is when rapid transformational therapy literally transformed things for me. The self awareness journey began. I've been down in the dumps. I've been where I could not even see the light. My little one was my saving grace, because any of you who are parents would realize that if there's a newborn relying on you, there's not like, okay, I'll deal with it. I was like, I need to deal with it right now. And that is where the digging deep, the self awareness journey began. Was it easy? No. Healing is messy. There have been multiple breakdowns, multiple emotional breakdowns. The victory, the courage is in going back and picking yourself back up, not giving up on yourself before you can go and show somebody else the way, before you can help somebody else, helping myself, going within, seeing the true me. What does that really mean? What does that even mean, seeing the true me? We choose to become people pleasers. Sometimes it could be just trauma, sometimes there could be something else. Basically, as a child, you have a dire need to fit in. And that's when, which is completely good, amazing, great. As a trauma response, the biggest challenge was the guilt and the shame that was carrying for so many years. So if 3 years back you met me, I was hiding parts of me. If somebody saw me, saw those parts of me, that's it. I'll be bare, I'll be naked, I'll be judged. As I choose to embrace those parts of me, it's okay to be seen. And the thing is, it was not my fault if you're listening on the news and, somebody says so and so child went through childhood abuse because of this, because of that. Would you ever think that it was that child's fault? You won't, right? Unfortunately, as a 4 year old, 5 year old, you do not think the same way. 736 million women in the world have faced childhood sexual abuse. These are rough statistics. Of course, I did not tell anyone, so there might be hundreds and thousands and millions like that. What can you do? Be there for yourself. I had this feeling that I had to be completely healed before I could go and help somebody else. Again, that's not true either. You start on your healing journey. I started on my healing journey. It was messy. I had major self confidence issues, major self esteem issues. But when there was this life transforming moment for me, and that is what led to starting my own podcast as well. I was listening to the podcast by Mel Robbins, where she was interviewing Lewis House. Lewis House is my, let's say, all time favorite. School of Greatness is the podcast I love so, so much. I remember being in the kitchen. I am chopping some vegetables. My iPad is on. Lewis Howes goes through his experience of facing childhood sexual abuse as a child. As he goes through it, the 6'4" man, where you would feel like, oh, he's got it all together. I don't know if it was because of him, all the podcasts, every guest that I've seen, I've lived through the journey on his show, or the way he said it. In that moment, I felt seen, I felt heard, and something major shifted in me. I was like, this very moment, the way I felt seen and heard. I want to be that person for some other woman who does not feel seen and heard. Because the thing is, you have shut the parts that felt hurt so far deep down that even I did not choose to hear or see them, leave apart somebody else. Opening up to the opportunities, to grace. It was just divine serendipity. In a matter of 6 weeks, the opportunity for my chapter in Voices of Impact Volume 4 worked out. And that was the first time I put it on paper. I'm thinking, okay, fine. Obviously, my parents did not know about this at this point. I'm like, will that upset them? But the ray of light that this chapter, me sharing my story, my journey would be for another human being who had faced something similar and still struggling to see them, be heard, be seen, hiding, not even seeing your own gifts, shutting your heart down. I wanted to be that light which I felt like literally lit up in my heart when I was listening to Lewis House. I have devised a whole method in the last 3.5 years from where I started, where I didn't even know who I was, what I was doing. As a medical doctor, I was like, oh, I should feel everything is sorted, right? I've got a great job, I'm married to my soulmate, I have my young son who's just arrived, but I was feeling empty. This method, Sicily, Sicile, I'll go in depth in a little while, has really helped. It's the summary of what I had to look into, face, learn, grow, become, move from doing to being. So I'll come to it in just a little while. I am sharing something really, really amazing that I've created for you. And this is the inner child healing meditation. Why is it so special? Because inner child healing has been such a profound part of finding myself. Does that mean I'm completely healed? There's nothing more? No, that's not true. But I would warn you here, if you're somebody who is on the healing journey, otherwise you won't be here, you won't be listening to what I have to say right now. You're definitely somebody who is following your path, or thinking, I know there's more to it. I know there's more to me being here on this earth plane. It can't be just this, me having a 9 to 5 job, or, just me going through the grind. There is more. I have got a gift to share. There's so much more to me. If you're that person, do not wait to be healed and then I can help everybody else. No, you do not need to be completely sorted, do not need to be completely healed. Being a mom of a 3-year-old, I have got crazy days. It's about the tools you have to be present for yourself, even on those crazy days. That's where the magic lies, right? So, this amazing free gift I was talking about, I've shared the link with Yashasvi, who I've been coordinating all the way with. So, I'll be very, very grateful if she shares the link to this in the comments right now. Is the inner child healing meditation. My clients have raved about it, and just listening to it once, Kathy had the most amazing peace trickle through, decrease in her anxiety, reconnection with her inner child. She was like, We have to stop shushing our inner child. No, it is not there to create inconvenience. It is there to remind you of your magic, of the magic in your being that you carry. And when we choose to shut out the trauma, unfortunately, we also shut out that, reclaiming that, owning that, being that. So it's not very long, it's about 15, max 20 minutes long. I think it is something that I've created with my whole heart, with my whole being. Literally, little Ruchi rejoices when I listen to it myself. I've had the most amazing reviews. I want to give you this gift of reconnecting with your inner child, setting it free, setting your gifts free, who you really are. If you have experienced childhood sexual abuse, neglect, rape, molestation, whatever the trauma was, I'm here to stand and remind you, look in your eye and say that trauma is not a life statement. You are here right now listening to me to claim your power back, to claim your power back. When we let guilt or shame cover our shine, when we hide our traumas, we are giving away our power. We are letting the guilt and shame cover it. You have the choice to own it back. You have the choice to own it back. Trauma is not a life statement. Trauma is what happened to you. But whether you let it dictate the rest of your life or whether you choose to move from victimhood to victory is a choice I made, is a choice that you are making. You are a spiritual being who has chosen to have a human experience, acknowledging that yes, that happened on my journey. Yes, I acknowledge that. I'm not dismissing that. I'm not shutting that. But reminding yourself that you're whole, you're complete, you're still here. The resilience you have going past all of that, being here right now, listening to me, you've got what it takes. You have got what it takes. Feeling overwhelmed? Just taking the next small step. Taking the next small step. As far as the inner child healing meditation goes, as Yashasvi puts the link in the comments, as you click on the link, you can put in your name, you can put in, most likely they'll be playing a snippet of the meditation if there's time. But other than that, if you just click on the link, put in your name, put in your email, you have it with you. So it is your self-care, the 15 to 20 minutes of your self-care, of your reconnection every single day. About the tools, the Sicily that I mentioned, it is a summary of my last 3.5 years journey, from the person who was a burnt out medical doctor to owning my gift as a global speaker, as a best-selling author, as a podcaster, as a J Shetty certified coach, as a heart healing practitioner, as a clinical hypnotherapist. None of this existed then. And I'm not just saying the titles here. All of these are tools which have helped me embrace and gift wrap my gifts for every single human being, every single woman that I need to reach, to give them the healing, to give them the healing that they deserve. So, S is for self awareness. Self awareness is about digging deep, realizing who you are. Take 5 minutes out of your day, 5 minutes out of your day to just reconnect with yourself. It could be just focusing on your heart center or here. Let the thoughts flow by. Be present for yourself. It could be just a 5 minute look out of the window in the nature, enjoying your cup of coffee, remembering that you can't give anybody else anything if your own cup is empty. 5 minutes of complete presence with yourself. Yeah, that is the start of self awareness. Then we come to the inward healing journey. Inward healing journey could look different for different people. Now, with self awareness, we have just taken the first step to reconnect with yourself. Inward healing journey could be as simple as listening to the inner child healing meditation that I've just shared. Inward healing journey could be asking a bigger why to yourself. Why? Okay, so like, we're like, I want to do this. Pen to paper, why do I want to do this? And then a deeper layer comes up. Then you go to the second why. Okay, third why, fourth why, fifth why. By the time you've reached the fifth or seventh why, you have a deeper understanding of why you have this calling to do what, so that it becomes that fire that burns in you rather than just a dream that fizzles out. Because when you follow your calling, there will be challenge, there will be obstacles. That's how we grow. That's how you are the resilient being you are right now here listening to me, who has went past all the life's challenges, overcome all of those. And guess what? You won't be the person you are today if you hadn't gone through all those challenges and obstacles. All right, so that's the inward healing journey, being present for yourself, being present to your emotions, not shutting them down, not Netflixing them, not shopping them. If you're feeling an uncomfortable emotion, being present for yourself. Because sometimes, a whole lot of times, that a trauma response that you just shut down the emotion. Maybe as a child, you had to shut down the big emotions to just go on with life. You're not the 3, 4, or 5 year old anymore. With the inner child healing meditation, you give the love, the healing, the warm embrace, the understanding, the being seen, the being heard that little you needed, and integrate them in your heart right now, in this moment. They're not there somewhere waiting to be saved, waiting to be heard. They're right now, completely integrated with you. Then we come to self compassion. This is so important. We're always told to be nice and polite to other people. If your best friend came to you with something, any issue, most likely will be present, kind, polite. Guess yourself, when you yourself present with that issue to yourself, we tend to be our worst critics. Come on. No, this inner dialogue needs to evolve. This inner dialogue evolves with the self love and self acceptance, which starts with the self love mirror exercise. So, as you wake up in the morning, as you look at yourself in the mirror, you look deep into your eyes. So, I will say, Ruchi, I love you truly, deeply, and unconditionally. I love and accept all parts of you. This was so life transforming for me. So, the first time you do it, it might feel like a lie. It might feel like, really? I have cried with it. I have shivered with it. I have literally been down on the floor with it because it didn't feel real. So when I started with this 3.5 years back, it took 3 weeks for me to even like say it without just tearing and falling apart. My heartfelt love for you is do it, whatever it feels, however uncomfortable it feels. Do that first thing in the morning, your name, and saying, look in your eye, I love you, your name, truly, deeply, and unconditionally. I love and accept all parts of you, right? So, this is where self love, self acceptance begins. You embrace your flaws, the imperfections, any parts that were traumatized that you hid behind, all of that. You embrace it. That's where self love, self acceptance begins. Let's say an early step to self awareness, right? So, we talked about self awareness, the self love mirror exercise, taking 5 minutes out of your day for yourself, being present with yourself, being present with yourself completely, utterly. 5 minutes. You are important enough, loved enough, worthy enough to be heard, to be seen, and be present with yourself, to be compassionate with yourself. Self compassion starts with a compassionate inner dialogue. When something goes wrong, when things don't go your way, a compassionate inner dialogue rather than becoming your worst critic, right? So that's where self compassion starts. Again, I'll keep coming back to the inner child healing meditation that really kind of digs deep as you go in a really relaxed state, transforming, uplifting the inner dialogue you have on a daily basis. The L is for learning and growth. You're here to learn, to grow, to evolve. We are not here. Life is not about, you know, success. Life is about learning and growing. So I would want you to put your hand on your heart and tell yourself, I give myself the permission to make mistakes. Repeat after me. I give myself the permission to make mistakes. And I embrace my imperfections with love and true self acceptance. What is the E? The E is the entrepreneurial journey. And all of you who are entrepreneurs, when you embrace that journey, all the demons will come out. Don't be afraid. Face them. Your triggers are your friends. Triggers come in to tell you what needs to be worked on. Face it. Keep learning, keep growing, keep evolving. And remember, to share your gifts with the world, you don't have to wait for the day you're completely healed. You keep healing, you keep growing, you keep embracing yourself, and you keep offering your gifts to the world in your own unique way. I offer heart healing sessions. Heart healing is all about going within, dealing with the relational trauma. As a trauma response, we build this hard wall around our hearts. And unfortunately, this wall stays all the time, it's not selective. Heart healing sessions go in to melt this wall, to truly reconnect with yourself, deal with any relational trauma that you hold from your childhood. It is a step up from inner child healing. I highly, highly, highly advise, recommend, invite you to listen to the inner child healing meditation. Let's stay connected. If you find my name, Dr. Ruchi Mishra Sharma, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, you want to stay connected, you want to share your story, you want to collaborate, just drop me a direct message. And I would love to stay connected and grow together. So I offer heart healing sessions. I do deep, rapid transformational therapy, clinical hypnotherapy, and coaching as inner power access. I work with the conscious and subconscious. So the whole deal is to dig deep and your diamond that is in there, to take off all the layers of limiting beliefs that are covering it to help you truly embrace who you are. It is such an honor and pleasure to be of service in there. And thank you so, so much, Ideas, for having me.
Hi, Ruchi Mishra. That was a wonderful speech on briefing trauma, mental health. So, with this, I think we will. There's a free gift for all the attending audience on inner healing meditation. You can click on that and avail the talk from Dr. Ruchi Mishra. So, we move on to our next session. Thanks, Ruchi Mishra. We'll send you the questions as you are not on.